Anthony Mackie, you continue to put me in a difficult position about Brave New World. So as expected, Anthony Mackie stirs up controversy about Captain America. So in this video, Anthony Mackie expresses what the dream of being Captain America is / what. And he essentially says this film represents being able to be and do whatever you want without being told no. But the grasp that the media illiterate caught was him saying, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. The American bots of, well, America, it's Captain America for a reason. You know, he's American. We have to be sensitive to the American audience. And it put Anthony Mackie in a situation where he had to clear up his statements, but I don't work for Disney, big dog. Let me break it down for you silly, hateful piece of shit. Remember when I said let this movie die? It's for the sole purpose that this movie does not get the discourse that it's created for. It showcases in the idea that what Anthony Mackie said is even in a racial point of view. Because the sole purpose of this film is Steve Rogers, the white Captain America, making his big stance that he will not and shall not work for any government, but specifically the American government. It is literally the main reason as to why they're fighting before we even find out that Tony Stark's father was killed by Bucky. That's kind of Captain America's thing. He's not called Captain America because of America. You know, we need a protector. We need to be the one good one. He's Captain America because at the time of his creation, you know, during the big war, he is the idolization of what America stands for in war. Most specifically when we're talking about in the MCU. The whole reason Steve Rogers is picked in the first Avenger is not because he is a patriot, but it's because, as I said, he exhibits the characteristics of what patriotism should look like. Being strong, fearless, confident, true, honest, kind, good. You know, the American dream. The idea that on this land you are free to be and have equal opportunity to anything. Just like the dream, Steve Rogers learns it's just a dream. Very much like in real life. A major point in Winter Soldier and Steve Rogers' growth is the realization the organization for which he not only was working for, but he was friends with and he respected, is not only working with an enemy that he was created to destroy at the expense of what is best for the government. And respectfully, so I don't get put in handcuffs, in real life, the government has enough control over America to now be America. So when most people are talking about the fact that they hate this place or they hate living here, it's the fucking orchestrators. The same way people can say, I hate school. Yeah, but you fuck with them friends though, right? Don't try to be the dense smartass on this post, mister. Well, I don't have any friends. All right, school shooter. We're not talking about you. We're talking about in this white man's journey, the deconstruction of wanting to actually be the symbolization for America is a very integral reason as to why Sam gets the shield over Bucky. By the time we get to Civil War, we're focusing on a man who is purely about the fight of free will. While yeah, you should be still liable to the consequences of your actions, you should still have the freedom to be able to choose what it is you do and don't want to do. The Accord. I've made so many videos talking about this, there's no point in going into deep detail. However, something people rarely talk about in Infinity War is the fact that Steve Rogers doesn't even go by the full Captain America. He goes by Cap. He still is entitled to Captain America and they will still use that name, but the people who are most comfortable with him address him as Cap or Captain. There's probably a huge reason as to why. If you want to be like SpongeBob and bring it all the way around town, in Endgame, when he gets the iconic shield back, when he's holding Thor's hammer, ideal representation that I take from there, throughout the ideal controversies of the US government, they're fighting a bigger threat that is way bigger than what the fuck is going on in the world. It's Thanos. He is the person to lead charge in the big battle of Thanos. He's actually one of the last to be standing in the battle prior to the portal scene. And you can say that because in that moment, regardless of where you're from, you're fighting on the dream of equal survival for everybody, equal opportunity. But what made him who he was? Him being able to hold Thor's hammer, yeah, it's a fan service moment, but it's the point that throughout all of this, he has not changed the purity in his heart. He's classified as the first Avenger, the leader of all leads. He has honor, dignity, integrity, heart. He is everything that Captain America should be. And he passes that definition of the shield and the honor and the title onto somebody that he believes holds those key representations. So for Sam Wilson to be the Black Captain America and face the hardship because of the things that he didn't go through with the government, they might be able to play under his nose and hold him to a standard that they might believe he doesn't understand, which is him not being Steve Rogers, even though Steve Rogers represented a lot more than what they choose to misconstruct his title as. The fuck are we talking about? I'm the last person who should be saying this, credited to how I feel about the creation of this movie. I'm here to keep it a bean, buck, and a stack. You can be a good person and still make wrong decisions. Supporting this movie does not make you a horrible person. It's a Trojan horse of being able to keep or take away the idea of more diverse leads leading non-diverse superhero stories. Now, whether that means I'm gonna go see the movie legally or illegally, that's for me to know. But as I said in the beginning,